Ay, ay, ay.
Vanessa, get off my back. Vanessa, get off my back.
Passport bros. Gotta give y'all some advice, man. Gotta give y'all some advice. Gotta give y'all some advice, right? You know, I'm about to go to the gym as always. That's my life. But I gotta give y'all some advice. I do not suggest you go overseas and meet up with fellow passport bros, right? I do not suggest you go overseas and meet up with fellow passport bros. Unless they're a big time passport bro and they have a check mark and they verified on YouTube, right? Even then, but unless they are verified on YouTube and there's some big time YouTube or some quote unquote celebrity or influencer, quote unquote, I do not suggest meeting up with passport bros overseas, right? There's this dude, man. If you know, you know, but I'm not even gonna say the country, right? But in this particular country, there was this dude that was always selling packages. Hey, I can show you around. I can show you around. I can show you around. And he'd walk people around and take people to clubs and nightlife destinations and things of that sort. Basically, you were paying him to take you to places that you can go to yourself. I'm going to repeat that again. You were paying him to take you to places that you could go to see yourself. Think about that now. And I never understood why someone would say, hey, I'm going to this country for the first time. Let me pay this American dude to show me around. Let me pay this American dude to take me to the club. Let me pay this American dude to take me to the bars and the nightlife and the restaurants. I never truly understood that. I didn't. And I feel like that's one of the biggest hustles and scams throughout the tourism industry, throughout the travel industry, for passport bros and travelers alike, is you're paying someone to show you around, to go somewhere that you could have seen on your own free time. And I'll say this in one particular country, right? I suggest Viator. I used Viator in Ghana, South Africa. Uh, I've used Viator in Thailand, Phuket for the Fifi Island tours. I've used Viator in Colombia to go see uh what's his name? You know, that famous gentleman, quote unquote. I've used Viator in probably 10 countries. I've used Viator in Dubai to go on that sand dune. I suggest if you're going to go overseas and there are things you want to do, whether it's nightlife, whether it's sightseeing, whether it's jet skiing, whether it's skydiving, whether it's whatever it is that you can think of that you want to do in any particular big city or small city or country, I promise you that there is a Viator tour that is on the website that you can book. Whether it's food, it's local food, whether it's going out to the village in Africa and living with the locals, whether it's going to pet lions and cheetahs, no matter what it is that you can think of to do in that particular country, I promise you that there's a tool for it on Viator. And the advantage of Viator, Passport Bro Talk, the advantage of Viator is you're paying online. You're not giving anyone any money, right? You're paying online for the service, the taxi, the pickup. The only thing that you will have to pay, depending on what you book, is admissions. If you're going to a museum, if you're going to somewhere that requires admissions, like Ghana, right? In Ghana, I went to go see something, right? I had to pay an admissions fee. and tips. The only thing that you need is admissions and tips with you. And 9 times out of 10, that's going to be less than what you would have had to carry for that particular tour. So anything you want to do, go to Viator, right? And I've told this story a while back, but I think it's time to tell this story again. Uh, I was in one particular country, right? And I was walking down the street, and this guy had stopped me and said, "Hey, da da da, you're from YouTube. Da da, I seen you on YouTube. I seen your post about YouTube, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, cool, cool, cool. That's what's up." And I shook his hand, and dapped him up, whatever we did, right? Might have did one of these, whatever. Everyone's cool to me, right? And I looked over him like he had someone with him, right? And he was like, "Hey, we should hang out sometime." Like, "Yeah, I'm about to go over here, then go home." You know what I'm saying? I ain't really doing too much, whatever the case may be, right? I wasn't really, you know. Everyone knows I'm a solo passport bro. Like I move solo everywhere, right? Even in the States. Only thing about being in the States is in the States I got that thing on me. But I'm always solo, right? I always move solo because I feel like I won't let anyone, I can't, any situation I put myself in it, whether it's good, whether it's bad, right? And I don't want anyone to contribute to my success or most importantly, my failure, right? Right. Some people can contribute negatively to things going wrong, right? There's been stories of people, I'm with a group of guys, the police stop us, right? They search us, right? Because some countries, I've seen a video in Thailand, dude getting searched. There's numerous videos in South America where people getting searched, right? So let's say I'm with a group of guys, and let's say I'm with 3 guys, and the police go into this club, or police stop us walking down the street, and they start to search us, right? And they find, you know, right? They're taking all of us down. Like we all going to the police station, right? We all going. And that's one instance or an example, but I can give you many more. Uh I just don't, I just feel like whatever I want to do, I can do, right? Without having someone beside me, especially a man, right? Back to the story. I'm with the, walking down the street, this dude stopped me, I gave him, we chilling, talking, whatever, cool, short talking, whatever. I seen this individual beside him, right? He was like, "Hey, you can hang out sometime, da da da. Where you going now?" Like, "I gotta go, da da da." So I cut the conversation short and I got out of there, right? So I said that to say that he was with someone that had like arched eyebrows, right? He was with someone that had passport Botox. He was with someone that had female mannerisms, right? He was with someone that was obviously a part of the alphabet community, right? Respect to the alphabet community. Now, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no problems. I don't want no trouble. But he was with someone that was respectfully not a heterosexual male, passport Botox. And he had asked me did I want to hang out with him and where I was going, and I was just trying to get up out of there and be respectful as possible. But he was with someone that was honestly a part of the alphabet community, right? And I'm going to say this, right? And this needs to be said, right? Listen, I don't care what no one does in their free time. I don't care, like, whatever you're into, passport Botox. But you have to understand that not everyone's straight, right? Point blank, period, right? Not everyone is straight. I'm just being honest with you. Not everyone is straight. So there are some people that try to wiggle waggle, see if you about that life, right? I'm just being honest. Like you meet a guy online or Reddit, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and he say, "Hey, we should hang out. We should grab a beer. We should grab we should do this, get something to eat, go this place." You may think in your head that hey man, he's a cool dude. He just wants to hang out. But he may be thinking in his head that it's a date. I'm going to repeat that again. You may be thinking that he's cool. He just wants to hang out. He's a bro. He's like, all right, dude, we got something in common. As in, we both want to go out to this place, we both want to go out to this club, or we both want to get something to eat. And he might be thinking it's a date. He's thinking in his mind, man, I'm going out on a date with this dude. I'm just telling you, right? I'm going to give y'all the honest truth, right? I'm going to give y'all the honest truth. You really don't know anyone's intentions. You don't. You don't. And that brings me to my next topic, right? Brings me to my next topic. Some people try to hustle you and scam you with alcohol, right? And I could go off my previous discussion about meeting this dude. He's with a dude that was obviously part of the alphabet community. He wants to hang out and go get drinks, go get something to eat and chill, right? And try to put you vulnerable. But some people try to hustle you and scam you with alcohol. I'm going to tell you what. It's two kinds of scams with alcohol, right? There's two kinds of scams with alcohol. Passport will talk. This passport will talk. There's two kinds of scams with alcohol, right? Pay attention. The first scam with alcohol is you go out to the club with a dude, right? Similar to this guy that was talking about my first story that I didn't name. He said, hey, let's go out to the club, right? I'm gonna take you out to the best nightlife in the city, right? And y'all go out to the club and y'all just drinking. But guess what? You're buying him drinks, right? You're buying him drinks. He didn't. You in there buying that bottle, right? And he's drinking your alcohol. You might buy 2 bottles. You might buy 3 bottles to show off. You might buy 5 bottles to show off, right? So you're in there drink. You got all these bottles, and he's drinking your alcohol. Y'all having a good time, and he's just showing you the nightlife, what you could have seen by yourself, and you know, he's in there with you, drinking alcohol with you, right? Guess how he benefited, right? One, he went out to the club, which in most clubs in Asia and South America, if not all of them, you don't have to pay to get in. You don't have to pay much to get in, right? You don't have to pay much, right? Either you don't have to pay zero, very little, right? So I say you don't have to pay anything because I've been to clubs. It's clubs in Miami and some other places where you can come out the pocket to get in, right? But uh, you don't have to pay much, right? So he goes to the club. Obviously, you're probably likely going to pay for him to get in, right? Because he's short. It's part of the package deal, right? You're paying for him to get in, right? You're buying all these bottles. He's drinking your bottles, right? Who lost and who won, right? Because he probably was going to the club anyway. But since you booked one of his nightlife tours, right? Since you booked one of his nightlife tours, he's at the club drinking free alcohol all night till 3 o'clock in the morning, all for $1. Who lost and who won? Think about it. I'm gonna give you a few seconds. I'm applying to this girl on Google Translate, right? Applying to this girl on Google Translate. Think about it. Who lost and who won? Because 9 times out of 10, if you thought long enough, you know that he won. And that's a scam. Hey man, I'm Chris Keeps Flying. I'm gonna take you out to the hottest nightlife in X City. All right, $100, $200, whatever it is. You can buy the alcohol, right? I know you ain't fly all the way here to this country to go overseas to this club and drink water, right? He's gonna buy the alcohol. I'm gonna drink all night. It's a win-win for me. I might bag a number or two or five, depending on where I'm at, right? It's a win-win for me, and that is a scam. I'm gonna give you the next kind of scam, right? I'm gonna give you the next kind of scam, right? There's a Rick Ross song, right, that got him in trouble, right? He lost, I think he lost the Adidas thing he had going on. And I'm just gonna say, a lyric to the song is "Ain't even know it," right? I'm gonna start off by saying "Ain't even know it," right? The next alcohol scam is you go out with, with this dude you met on social media or walking down the street. First and foremost, I don't know why you go out with a dude you met, but I digress. You go out with a dude you met walking down the street, booked a tour, whatever the case may be. Y'all are drinking, having a good time. He asks you where you from. Y'all getting into personal conversations. How long you gonna be here? Where you live? All these things, right? And you're drinking, right? And these go one of two ways. This second kind of alcohol scam could go one of two ways, right? One way is he gets you highly intoxicated, right? The second way is he puts something in your drink. God forbid, it never happens to anyone. So one of two ways. He gets you highly intoxicated. Second way, he puts something in your drink, right? You drinking, you getting tore up and having a good time. Hoo hoo wee. Yes. Whoop de doo. Right? You having a great time, and next thing you wake up in the morning, and he's beside you. You wake up in the morning and he's beside you, or you wake up in the morning and you're like, man, I sleep on the left side of the bed. Why is the sheets and blanket pulled back on the right side of the bed? How you I know when I'm traveling, right, I always know that I'm sleeping on one particular side of the bed, and that other side of the bed, it's gonna be tight. The sheets gonna be tight. When you walk into the room, I haven't slept on that side of the bed, right? So you wake up in the morning on one side of the bed, and you look over, and the other side of the bed look like someone slept in it too. Or you wake up in the morning, you just ain't feeling right. Like it's some pain in certain places. You like, and you never see this guy again because let's be honest, he gave you a fake name, and he met him on social media, and things just went south. Listen, if you're into this kind of stuff, right, that's on you. Like it's for the heterosexual. If you're into this kind of stuff, cool. But I'm just trying to say that booking tour packages or scams, right? Don't meet people that you've met online, right? Don't indulge in alcohol, right? With men. I'm just trying to say that some of these guys that go overseas are going overseas to live another lifestyle. And I've said this a long time ago. I'm going to say it again. I was in Patia, matter of fact, Jaunty, in Vutile residences, not Vutile, but Vutile residences, right? Because I've had plenty of times where I order Grab or something, and I say Vutile, and it's Vutile residences. I was in all the Vutile residences and jumped in one or two, right? And I was on the top floor, and I looked out my window. And if you know, right? Most people don't stay in Vutile residences. I was new to Thailand. That's all I knew. I found it online. I stayed there, right? It's old buildings, right? But it was cool. I ain't know no better, right? So Vutile residence, right? And I was on the top floor, and behind Vutile residences and Jump Team, literally right behind it, right? There's villas with pools in the back, right? There's villas with pools, literally, it was villa, pool, villa, pool, villa, pool, gates, right? So it was a little private, it was off the beaten path. You have to turn left to go inside this private community where all these villas and pools are at, right? So I remember I was in my villa, right? It's really an apartment. But anyway, I was in my apartment, and I looked out the window, and I seen this dude and another dude in the pool hugging and doing all sorts of crazy stuff, right? A dude and another dude in the pool, right? Hugging and feeling on each other, doing all sorts. I had to stop looking. I didn't know where it was going, right? Passport broke up. And I'm gonna say, I know Thailand is notorious for people going over there and fulfilling their fantasies and doing stuff that they didn't want to be laughed at in the States, right? Uh, I remember having been to the movies late in a while, right? But back in the day, which probably is still today, if you caught those late night movies at Central Festival, right? Those movies that end up in like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, when the mall be closed, you know what I'm saying? You got to leave the mall through certain areas to get out because the mall's closed, right? When I used to go to those late night movies, right, and leave the movie theater, like 90% of the people in there were men with LGBT, the alphabet community. Literally, like those late night movies were full of men and people in the alphabet community, right? Full of it. Like I don't know, they didn't want to go during the day because they want people to see them. But those late night movies at Central Festival in Patio, I'm telling you, I remember I came out one day with this girl, of course, someone that was born a girl, of course, and all I seen was, you know, people in the alphabet, all these men with, I swear I seen like at least 7 men with alphabets, right? And I'm like, man, and I'm like, man, I guess they go, all the alphabets go to the movies at night. I'm just telling you, passport bro talk, real life. With my own 2 eyes, I've seen it. During the daytime, I'm saying, at night, you're going to see all these old dudes. 99% of them going to be, Caucasian or European. I'm sorry, 100%. Sorry. Coming out with boys, LGBTQs, right? Passport bro talk. So I'm just telling you, I don't suggest going out hanging out with dudes. And I'm on my workout stuff, right? I'm trying to get fitter. And I'm trying to stop drinking, right? So I'm going to avoid a lot of the problems right then and there because I'm not drinking, right? You might catch me with a bottle soon somewhere just to have a section so no one's stepping on my shoes and I'm not looking like a regular tourist, right? So I get some attention on me so I can feed them in, reel them in like a fishing rod, right? Because women gonna look where that VIP section is. Free game now. Women gonna look where that VIP section is. Women gonna see who in that VIP section. And if you in that VIP section for yourself, I'm telling you, you reeling them in. You give them the head nod. You tell them come on over. You give them something, let them know. Come on over here for a second. Come over here with a boss real quick. But anyway, I'm just telling you, I don't suggest passport bowls can meet other passport bowls. Like unless y'all want to school together or something, because it's some weird stuff going on out there, guys. Some weird stuff.